What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. This episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. As the 2019 Formula One season wraps up and Lewis Hamilton closes in on championship number 6, the best way to stream every second of action is with ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN lets you easily catch every race, set up in under 10 minutes, and enjoy HD streams throttle free. Here's how it works. If you don't have a US cable subscription, ESPN2 is a great way to tune in. Get ExpressVPN and then connect to a server location in the US. Visit YouTube TV or PlayStation View and use the free trial. For those of you in the UK, catch every race on Sky Sports F1. Just get ExpressVPN, connect to a UK server, and visit Sky Sports on Now TV. ExpressVPN works on your computer, phone, router, and consoles like Fire TV, so you can watch all the games from any device. And even when I'm not watching Formula One, ExpressVPN encrypts all your data and keeps it safe from hackers 24/7. Enjoy all the remaining races this season in HD with the world's most trusted VPN, ExpressVPN. Use my special link today to get 3 months free at expressvpn.com/smokingtire. That's expressvpn.com/smokingtire for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/smokingtire to learn more. And how about Blue Driver, folks? The Blue Driver scan tool is the easiest and most effective way to understand your vehicle. Just plug the Blue Driver sensor into your car or truck, open the Blue Driver app on your phone, and boom! In seconds, you're learning about any issues your vehicle might have. Not only will Blue Driver tell you why your check engine light is on, it can find hidden issues that can normally only be detected by professional mechanics' tools. Best of all, after you discover a problem, Blue Driver will suggest verified fixes for the issue. Then you can fix the problem yourself or head to the garage armed with knowledge. Either way, you're going to save time and money. Blue Driver is powerful enough for a mechanic, but easy enough for anyone to use. That's why it's the best-selling scan tool on Amazon. Order one for yourself or give it as a gift. The holidays are just around the corner, folks, and Blue Driver makes a great gift for the auto enthusiast or DIYer in your life. For a limited time, take advantage of our special smoking tire offer. Visit bluedriver.com/TST. That's bluedriver.com/TST to get 10% off Blue Driver today. bluedriver.com/TST. Guys, how about the ThinkWare dash cam? It's the U1000, folks. It's now available. It's able to capture clear and crisp videos of your drive. The ThinkWare U1000 is the very first 2-channel dash cam in the world to boast a native 4K front and 2K rear resolution. In addition to its amazing video quality, the U1000 can also save you money with its speed and red light camera alerts or make you a safer driver with lane departure and front collision warnings. With the convenient remote live view and parking impact alert cloud features, you can instantly check on your car or be notified of potential hit and runs. The U1000 and ThinkWare's full range of dash cams are available online and in-store at thinkware.com, Best Buy, and Amazon in the US and Canada. But if you go to thinkware.com and use coupon code SMOKE20, that's SMOKE20, SMOKE20, and redeem that coupon code, you get 20% off any regular price ThinkWare dash cam. Thinkware.com, coupon code SMOKE20. Get you 20% off. Lastly, of course, you've seen it during the show when we talk about cars. Zach pulls them up. It's Auto Tempest, folks. Auto Tempest is easy. It saves you time. It saves you money. When you're looking for a car, you got to look all over the internet, right? You got to look at a dozen different sites. You got to re-enter all the information over and over. It's super annoying. It's a waste of time. Auto Tempest searches all the major used car listing sites in the U.S., plus a bunch of smaller ones, and you only have to enter that search criteria one time. It even lets you compare with results from all of Craigslist, not just the area around you, and pretty soon, another place that's a big marketplace that I'm not naming yet, but it's a marketplace. It saves you time, and therefore it saves you money, because if you try to check it for yourself, it's double work city, folks. It's the worst. Look, guys, here's how it is. Auto Tempest takes good care of us here at the Smoking Tire, and we should take good care of them by saving yourself money. That's it. You don't have to spend anything. You're just saving. It's only saving. Autotempest.com. All the cars, one search. All right, folks, on this episode of the podcast, my old friend Tod Mesirow. Tod is a television producer extraordinaire. He has worked on basically every car show on TV for the last 15 to 20 years. He knows everything there is to know about making car TV, and it's always nice to have him in studio. I haven't seen him in a while. TV producer extraordinaire Tod Mesirow in studio.
It's the Smoking Tire. It's the Smoking Tire podcast. If you hear us,
we are live.
We actually are live.
That's cool.
But keep going down. Keep going down, Zach. Hello, Tod Mesirow is in studio. My homie, television producer extraordinaire, OG. one of the reasons I moved out here. Yeah, just pull up into this picture, Zach. We just dive into this show because we're talking about a show I did earlier today called Late Night Playset, in which
oh my God,
yeah,
that
look, this husband
fantastic.
And wife couple, Jay and Nicole Ryan, on the left side of the screen here. And Jeff Zwart is sitting there. They legit bought Dave Letterman's set.
That is so
and they now
funny.
host a show from their house.
Did you have a blast?
It was cool. It was interesting.
Yeah.
And because this dude worked in TV,
right?
It's lit really well.
Yeah,
like
he
it's studio lighting.
He understands the medium.
His whole ceiling.
Kind of like here.
No, this is bullshit. Zach did a great job with this, but this
Zach
is just
did.
incandescent
bulbs. Did you give him
bulbs.
$50 and a
yes? Yeah. I don't even know if I gave him that
and a
much.
Subway coupon.
But he's got gels and stuff, and he did it really nice over there. But we were also talking about it because of the limitations of our little webcams here that we use. They're limited by wires, right? And so
you have 3 of them. I just noticed that.
Right,
one
but
up there,
what he does is he's got a tablet that controls Wi-Fi iPhones, which is a great idea. Because
that is
then
nuts.
You can put cameras wherever, and you can have up to 15 of them. You can have them all over the place. So
are they like the home security cameras, or is he using
they're
real
actual
cameras?
iPhones. They are iPhones. Yeah, they're like iPhone 5s and 6s.
Yeah, he just picks them up on Craigslist.
Yeah, and he said they're all his old phones. They're like between the two of them, it's just their last 3 phones.
You know what? I use my old phones as iPods.
Yeah,
but he's way ahead of me. Like now he's.
I mean, he's making like a living with them. That's pretty cool,
God.
actually. And it's a, but what this app does, Wirecast that we use,
right,
is it's exporting live. So as soon as Zach hits speed, you're done.
Wow,
there's no export, there's no it's nothing.
That's awesome.
So it's switching,
no latency,
none.
no anything,
none.
Jesus.
But the downside is
true live.
Yeah, true live. But you in software, not a switcher box.
Right.
But you need a powerhouse computer to run it. Right. You can only run it on like a trash can Mac Pro.
It's not a quantum computer?
No.
You got Google to give you? Google gave you some qubits?
Yeah, dude.
Already.
We got like the deep blue. You need a deep blue to run it. We tried running it on a laptop.
No, it doesn't work.
Hi, Todd.
Hello, Matt.
Welcome to the West Side today. Thank you for coming down.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Fucking balls.
What is wrong with the weather?
Climate change.
We've
climate change.
And it's not all cars' fault, though. I just want to make that perfectly clear. And the car industry is going electric. Everybody's going electric.
They will, kind of.
No,
they will, kind of.
Volkswagen is building, they built an entire plant.
I know.
Near some energy source because they want to make their own batteries because right now it's Elon and Panasonic.
They're going to run into some troubles.
Well,
you want to know where?
Yeah, recharging.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about things we could talk about. I had an orange I-Pace. Have you had?
Oh, the I-Pace. I love the I-Pace.
It's an amazing car. Have you taken it on a road trip?
I hated fucking charging the I-Pace.
Yes. I went from New York City to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
To where?
Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. On the Delmarva Peninsula.
Is that like, but in the Latin, Rehoboth starts with an I. What's Rehoboth?
Rehoboth Beach, Delaware was Richard Nixon's favorite summer resort.
Oh.
It's the closest
I
beach.
must see it.
It's gotten a lot better since then.
Has it?
It's the closest resort to, or closest beach town to Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So there's a whole, the way the states are drawn is really weird. There's Delaware at the top. So, and this is a whole peninsula. So like if you leave from Baltimore.
Do I need to see a map of this?
Yeah, you probably do.
Watch out, bang on the table. Our shit pile.
Yeah, okay.
No, because our new studio that I'm building,
yes,
we're going to have a table. It's like 4 inches fucking thick.
Marble?
No, it's wood. It's going to be either chestnut or black walnut, but it's going to be thick as fuck. So you could jump up and down on it, and nobody will hear anything. This bullshit IKEA table from 2011. It's like podcasting on a timpani.
Hey, yeah, but it's not like an old horse with a sway back.
Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah. But I have to tell guests to not emote.
Yeah.
Where? Okay. Wait. So the geography there is actually weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's a peninsula.
You can actually be north of north of parts of New Jersey in Delaware, which you don't really think about.
But not this part of Delaware.
Not this part, which is just south.
You can take a ferry from Cape May.
Oh yeah.
Across to Lewis, Delaware.
Okay, cool.
And drive down there. But of course, I didn't take the ferry because that takes too long, and there's no charge port for the.
I forgot where we were. Yeah. iPace, right. They should put charge ports on the ferries with like gens.
Yeah,
It's already a diesel Jennies running. Like, get some charging going in there.
They'll get there. It's taken a while. There's a bunch of companies that, I mean, I've done this for like permitting, but EVgo and Electrify America and Tesla, of course.
Right.
But when I was looking for chargers for this BMW project in San Diego, like, one of the chargers was at the UCSD campus. I don't know, it pops up and you go, well, I can't go there because I don't have ID. Like, they're spread out.
They won't let you on the campus?
No, and there was a lot of like coming soon. Yeah. I applied there in 99 and they're like, no.
They're like, not just no, never.
Never come back.
But I tried to charge this thing. I'm in Playa fucking Vista, dude.
Yeah,
Google,
here.
Facebook, right here.
Yeah.
And
Hooli is right there.
Hooli is up the road. The doors do this. Yeah. But from my house in Venice to here,
right.
I pull up the app, the non-fucking Tesla app, right?
Yeah. Easy Charge or
the
whatever.
first one I try in Marina Del Rey is behind a locked gate. The second one I go to is over here in Playa Vista. It's in a residential parking garage.
Can't get in.
The third one I go to is in the Playa Vista Rec Center. There are 2 chargers.
How many people in line?
There's one of them is open, thank God, but it's limited. It's not. There's only 125 one, and there's 1.7. Those are your 2 options.
It's like a trickle charge.
And they
you may as well get one of those trickle charges
and Jaguars,
from AutoZone.
Yeah, and Jaguars advertising, with the 100 one, you can charge in 20 minutes. Like, is there any?
There aren't any.
Is there one in L.A.?
Yeah.
No.
Doubt it.
There isn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't a couple months ago.
Right.
There might be now, but
you know what it's like?
Fucking hell.
It's like a return to the early days of automotive.
I know.
Journeys, because now it's not just a road trip, it's a fucking
now you got to find a
adventure.
pharmacy to buy some gas at.
Yeah. Hi, friend. Do you have any gas here? Like, no, we have oats still. We still have oats in a post. Oh, all right.
When Zach and I went to Thailand and rented fucking scooters in Thailand, you'd pull up to a guy on the side of the road who had a cart that had empty vodka bottles with gasoline, and the green ones were diesel and the clear ones were gas, and you'd buy a liter that was in like a 1 liter like liquor bottle.
Are these 2-stroke
tuk
tucks kind of thing?
No, they were 2-stroke, but they were actually I don't know, they were Kimco or they were something Chinese. But they're kind of fast. They weren't. The ones you were renting were reasonably decent. They weren't shitty.
No impact.
Locals
on,
rode
no
some
impact
shitty
on
ones.
climate change.
No, I mean, it's fucking Thailand. Well, we saw. Oh, there it is. There's the gas. Look, the gas cart.
Oh my God.
Roadside service station.
And you get your laundry done while you're.
They wash it in the gasoline. Just burn it.
And then if you're in trouble, you light it on fire. Say, help, come save us.
Well, we saw one guy who had a scooter with a sidecar, and the sidecar was his food cart. It was a barbecue food cart. And he was on a pretty major road going a pretty good clip with a fire that was going. He was on fire.
Yeah, but how many people did you see hanging off of one of those 2-wheeled vehicles? Like, what was the max number of people?
Probably 4 or 5.
Oh,
because there's always like 2 adults and then like a 5-year-old and a baby.
And they sandwich the 5-year-old, and then the baby's like in a backpack.
Occasionally a dog.
And not even bungee cords wrapping around them.
Oh, no. Because you want to be thrown clear.
I wonder what the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration would say about that.
Dude.
They would go there and just have an aneurysm and like a panic attack for sure.
No,
but why are they going the opposite way in the oncoming lane? Like, because there was a gap. Not a big gap. Like, someone would just freak out. It's so dangerous.
Sketchy driving over there. Is that a gasoline cart?
I was trying to find one, but a barbecue cart.
Oh my God.
Oh, the barbecue cart was at 60 to see a charcoal grill going, it's pretty shady.
Are they cooking so that when they show up
I
at
think
the place where
he was
going,
moving location for the business, and he was just keeping the fire going.
Keep it warm.
Which, all right, it's dead here. I'll move on. It's like a traveling salesman.
You don't want to waste any time when you show up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ready for business.
So how did you end up charging? How long did it take you to get from New York to Rehoboth Beach?
Good. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Well, you this is the other fun thing about electric cars. How many miles you have is never really how many miles you have.
Right.
So it's all sort of a guessing game. So with a full charge.
Oh, by the way, in fairness, gas cars too.
Yeah, but you sort of know when it says you have 10 miles left, you have like 20.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that one.
So you know that one.
Yeah,
But
you can push it a little bit.
you can push it a little bit.
There's that website, milesonempty.com.
Oh, no.
I think that's the website where you can find out where people submit how far they've gone on empty.
It sounds like another Seinfeld episode, right?
No,
They did that.
Yeah, they
with
did
the-
that.
Yeah, Kramer did.
Like, we can do it.
Where they're him
And
and
they
the
just die in the
mechanic,
middle.
they're like, but they won't let Jerry take the car back. They take ownership. Oh, milesonempty.com.
Was it a sob?
It was a sob,
right?
And then it
love
ran out,
that.
and Kramer just got out and like left the car on the highway with the mechanic, and he's
Right.
like, "Well," and just off into the woods.
Was that
well.
Larry David's sob, do you think? Because he has weird cars.
No, Seinfeld had a sob thing for a while.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, no.
It
Seinfeld.
preceded the Porsche thing.
It was on at the same time. He
Oh, wow.
liked his Porsches, and they made appearances by
Right.
being in the in the street. They'd be in the street once in a while. He'd park one of his 911s in the street. He'd have the posters of the Porsches, but he didn't want to. His character wouldn't have driven a 911.
No.
And so he
Couldn't have
thought it
afforded
was
one.
what could you what would you drive if you were, and he always thought a Saab would be appropriate. Oh, is that all the cars of Seinfeld?
Yeah.
I love Saabs, by the way. I had a brand new 1986 Saab 900, four-door manual transmission.
That was a great car. Great car.
Fantastic
Yeah.
car. Drove that cross country when I moved to LA.
They're such nice cars. My dad had an '88 Turbo. It was automatic because it's my fucking dad.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
white, white, black interior, little ducktail. It was a coupe, not a sedan. My dad was kind of. That was when my dad first got a little bit of money. He dipped his toe in the water with a Jag XJS. That was
Those are gorgeous cars.
a fucking disaster of a car,
Yes,
according to him.
but
I was like
gorgeous.
6, but he said it spent 9 months of the first year in the shop, and then he ditched it. I think he might have either lemoned it or whatever. They bought it back, and he got this Saab. I think they were from, in the 80s, it was like those gray market European importer dealers.
Yeah.
So I think he might have been the same dealer or something.
Like
Fucking
Max
weird.
Hoffman, the guy that brought Ferraris here in the 80s.
Right. Well, did
Right.
you see Doug DeMuro bought a 2-door soft top G-Wagon?
I did.
Good for our boy. That's a perfect.
Have you driven
Doug-
a G-Wagon, though?
Yeah, they're shit.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good,
No,
yeah.
but a 2-door soft top
I know.
though.
It's unique.
That's a charming vehicle.
I know, but
that's a charming vehicle.
Get a Nissan Patrol or whatever,
I don't, yeah,
Right?
no. Doug really likes his G wagons. He's very invested.
I
I'm
drove
proud of him.
one of those V12 or bi-turbo.
The
I
G65?
I opened and it cost $240,000. I opened the hood and looked in. I was like, how do they fit this
Yeah,
thing in
it's
here?
245 and it's slower than
my
the
God.
V8 one.
It's
The
it's
V8
terrible.
twin turbo is
It's
faster than
terrible.
the.
Which
But,
is
you know,
shameful.
You know,
Just so silly.
You know a lot about, like, cars are a Rorschach test. In some ways, you know a lot about the person who's driving that.
Yeah, the car is, especially in Los Angeles, your car is a costume that you put on.
Yeah, I think that's true everywhere.
It doesn't have to be, but it most certainly can be.
Yeah.
And if you go to a car show or to Rodeo Drive or whatever,
Right.
most definitely is.
Yeah.
I'm going
Monterey.
I'm going to a watch thing later, and it's gonna be like so nerdy and douchey. What, you okay there? What do you need?
I was
Just
trying-
loosen the lever.
raising it up. Oh,
Make yours like mine.
okay. How's
no, like
that?
angle it down
Angle
so
it
it's
down?
not.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh boy. You'd think this dude's never been around a fucking microphone before.
That's why we have sound.
Listen the little knob.
That's why we have sound.
Oh my god.
That's why I cut his mic while he fixes this.
Did you? Good
yeah,
job.
it's gonna squeak.
Do 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 do. There you go.
Like this?
There you go. That's lovely.
I don't sound as bassy in my can.
Well,
That's-
because
I
your
turned-
mic is turned off right now.
I turned
So
you
turn
off.
it back on.
no, but even when it is turned on, oh yeah. No,
See?
there's
How
a
about
little.
now?
Okay, yeah. There's.
I
the,
also have a real carry.
There's the deep resonance that I'm
Yeah.
expecting of myself.
Exactly.
The NPR warmth where they just added.
You'll never find.
So
Radio is amazing, by the way.
In general? Just the art of radio?
Because I've been doing some KCRW from time to time.
Oh, really?
With Steve Chiatakis.
Oh, cool.
Fun.
It's so... Because you talk. Here you have to worry about if you're,
What, here?
anything.
Oh, because of the video?
Yeah, because of the video.
Are you kidding? Look at me. I don't worry about these things. You might worry about it, but we don't worry about that shit.
I worry about it for people I'm filming, but I don't usually worry about it about myself.
Well, it's the behind the scenes mentality, the BTS.
I do think about what my daughter's going to say, though. Dad, why are you wearing that?
I think you look exactly like your job description.
I look like me. Thank you.
I think you overestimate the female interest in the show as well, including your daughter.
Yeah, and you look about the same age as when I met you like 10 years ago.
I was trying to remember when it was. I think it was 2007.
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Probably, yeah. So for those who are not familiar with your body of work, you've been making car adjacent and car related TV like on actual television for a long fucking time.
Since the early aughts.
Yeah. So how did you get into car TV and why?
Well, I always loved cars. I mean, my dad had cars. He had really good cars that he drove slowly. Like he had
caddies and shit?
No, he had a 280Z.
Oh.
Which was brand new.
Yeah.
Beautiful car. But he drove the speed limit. So when he was out of town, I got to drive it.
That's like my dad too. My dad had cool cars and he don't drive fast. Yeah.
So I always loved the cars. But then when I was a little bit of a sort of grown up, I had a BMW 2002, 1972. And I thought, oh my God, this car is the perfect car. And I can change the spark plugs and I can change the points and I can, not be a complete here, fix it for me kind of person. But it was a while before I started making any car television. The very first piece of car television I ever made was when RM Motors was going to sell the last front-engine Ferrari that won at Le Mans, driven by Phil Hill and Jean Debian. And this was
Daytona?
In 2000, it was a 330 Testarossa.
Oh, wow.
And it was a beautiful car.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, Todd Wertman, who was on Sticker Shock with me.
Yeah.
So Todd was working for David Gooding. David Gooding was running RM.
Oh, yeah, that car.
And
that car is the shit.
Oh, man. It was so beautiful. He said, there's only 10 people that might buy this car at Pebble Beach. We want to make a video to get them all excited. You're a TV guy. Can you come do this for me? I was like, sure. So my first time at Willow Springs, the car is there. Phil Hill is there. I remember a Sebring convertible because you could shoot out of the back.
Yeah.
This is the days of videotape.
Yeah.
Like a GoPro wasn't even a dream.
Yeah.
And the guy who invented the GoPro wasn't even born yet, I'm sure. But we had such an amazing time. And that car was fantastic. Phil Hill was like the consummate gentleman. And I was
But you started with non-car TV. You started with regular
correct.
TV.
Real TV, like, magazine style shows. I did a story. I started in Washington, D.C. At the CBS affiliate. And we did a magazine style show. It was called Capital Edition. And the host did have a really deep, resonant voice.
That's a real corporate name. Capital Edition.
Super clever name.
Yeah.
But I did stories like there was a guy, he was an illiterate grave-digging blues singer. And I did a 10-minute story, and the guy could play the guitar like unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was those kind of sort of local color stories. But because it was Washington, I also did foreign affairs. The Senate Foreign Relations Committee is going to name their chairman. So I did a story, like I interviewed all the big talking heads of the day.
You were the producer?
Producer director.
Oh, cool.
Behind the scenes, always behind the scenes.
Cars is more fun than that.
That stuff is really interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, I made a bunch of History Channel docs. I went to Turkey and went to a site called Zeugma, where in the 2nd century, the Roman legion, it was their base. It was like the furthest base of the Roman Empire in the 2nd century.
Furthest from Rome?
Furthest from Rome.
Oh,
and so
that's kind of cool.
I come up over a hill, and we're in the middle of nowhere in eastern Turkey by the Euphrates River, and it was like a scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. There were 200 people like digging furiously because they were building a hydroelectric dam. And the waters were going to rise, and this site was going to be inundated with water.
Oh, no.
So David Packard, who's son of Hewlett Packard, he's an archaeologist. He paid for 100 archaeologists, like an army, to come from England of archaeologists to dig furiously. So that was a 1-hour show for the History Channel. So
that's awesome.
That stuff is fun.
That sounds really cool. Interviewing politicians sounds less interesting than that. That's some Indiana Jones shit. I like that.
And then
so they're furiously digging. And then what? Are they removing the artifacts where possible?
Yes, they're taking the artifacts out.
They find anything awesome?
the mosaics. I interviewed a mosaicist, and she said there are 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. These mosaics are 10s.
Wow.
So, but the most interesting.
But choose the wrong one, and you'll perish.
But the other funny thing,
Hewlett Packard stock drops after.
And he didn't even come. I thought,
really?
Yeah. He just wanted to see it happen.
I think maybe all the artifacts just went to his house.
Yeah, no, they're in a museum in Gaziantep.
I don't need to see it. It'll come to me.
Yeah, but there was so while I'm there though in the museum, there's a motorcycle, and they go, "Oh yeah, that was a motorcycle from that guy in the movie." Oh, you mean Lawrence of Arabia? Yeah, it's his motorcycle. So even then, I'm looking out for motorized vehicles, like the one of.
Yeah,
it was. But you know how they sell things in certain parts of the world. It's like, oh yeah, this is a finger of the saint from the 14th century. Yeah, it looks like Lawrence's motorcycle. Let's just say it's Lawrence.
You know,
yeah, that's his FZR.
You see, it says TE on it. No, that paint's not new.
Hannah and I were in Europe over for our honeymoon, and in Italy, we went to a church that has Saint Catherine's head in it.
The whole head?
What?
The head of Saint Catherine is in this display case in a church in Tuscany somewhere.
Does she wink?
There it is. Zach's got it.
Ooh,
the dismembered head.
Oh my God.
That's the fucking head. And if the picture on the right, it shows you sort of where you'd be standing to see the head. It's very fucking creepy.
It's so weird.
But we go there. It's all there. And
it's not even a wax museum. That's like her real head.
It's a real head, and it's pretty much accepted that's her head. And there's a whole story about it, and there's a lot of faithful in the church.
Oh yeah.
That are Siena. That's where we were, Siena.
Oh,
and
that's beautiful.
It was amazing. I fucking love Siena. But Hannah, my wife, is like, that's fucking bullshit. That ain't right. They're like,
she thinks it's a wax.
They're like, who's
piece,
gonna question it? She's like, they put this weird thing there, and like, yeah, right. But it's pretty much accepted that it's her head.
So did you go up to Modena while you were there and drop in on Lamborghini and Ferrari?
No, we were on our honeymoon. There was no cars. I rented an Alfa Romeo hatchback. It couldn't have been a bigger piece of shit. It didn't leave us stranded on the side of the road, but short of that, it was a steaming hunk of shit, exactly as a rental Alfa in Italy should be.
So like a Yugo with an Alfa skin?
Basically. Yeah. We went to Tuscany to cooking school, and it was fucking fantastic.
What was your best dish?
That we
you mastered, like
we learned a lot of recipes. The lasagna is extremely next level. They have no idea how to make lasagna in America, and I will never order lasagna in America ever again. I will only make it, and it's fucking great.
What's the big difference?
Way less stuff.
Oh,
no ricotta cheese. You
like
use a bechamel instead of a ricotta cheese.
Right.
But fundamentally, it's way, way, way less stuff, and you make it like 20 layers of noodles, but with less stuff in between each layer.
Right.
It's fucking banging. It's so great. Did you have it when you came over? Did you have those on you?
No, but I had the eggplant lasagna, which was amazing.
Parm was
and I feel like the
one.
theory is similar. It's lots of layers, lots of mouthfeel.
Yeah, there's
really
different
good.
theories. Like my wife she likes a lot of stuff. If you get a pizza, she wants 5 things on it. No, 1, maybe 2.
She's mildly white trash. I'm just kidding. But
if you get a salad, like the more shit in the salad,
I agree with
the
that
better.
one. I like shit in the salad. But we went to Tuscany. We learned from these really old ladies that didn't even speak English. We had a recipe that had been translated and written.
Right.
But then we watched them do it.
Right.
And we had to take all of our own notes because all the fucking measurements were all off. It's like, this is 3 eggs and you just put in 5. And she's like, but I was like scrambling. So I had all these
3
handwritten.
to 5. Yeah.
I have all these handwritten notes on it, and my wife laminated the whole thing, which is great.
Aww.
So now we murder it out. Yeah. We brought it home.
Italy's a treasure.
Right? Yeah. The whole if you're going to leave America, Italy should pretty much be the first place you go.
Yeah.
Because it'll just make you want to go to more. You'll be like, this is just as good as they said it was. I want to go to more places now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a traveler's paradise.
We just booked our flight. Zach and I and my wife and his girlfriend and some other people and brother-in-law, whatever. We just are chartering a yacht in Tahiti in February.
God. Are you a scuba diver?
Yes. But I'm also a sailor. I'm a skipper. So we're doing bareboat. No fucking captain. None of this bullshit. Us.
Sailboats.
Sick.
Sailboats are spectacular.
Yeah, 50-foot catamarans.
50? Oh my God. You must be adept at the wind because that's a challenge, man.
Nah, easy. So we did in Thailand 2 years ago. So easy, no problem.
We didn't encounter any like weather, but I don't think we will this time.
No way.
See.
Tahiti's in the middle of the ocean. It's like the most consistent. It's like Hawaii. It's the most consistent place ever.
Did you see that Robert Redford movie? Did you like that?
What movie?
All Is Lost.
No. Do I need to see that now? Is it going to make me not want to go sailing?
Yeah, is this for people sailing? It sounds bad. It sounds like...
This isn't a spoiler alert because it happens in the very beginning of the movie. He's on a solo sail, and he gets hit by like an errant cargo container.
Okay.
And then he's lost at sea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
But it's his best movie. It's fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. He's
not The Natural?
really, really good. You know, The Natural's great, but...
I like The Natural.
Yeah,
I like when he explodes the scoreboard at the end.
I know.
Great. No, a Lost
Butch
at Sea
Cassidy.
movie. I don't know
Butch
if I need to
Cassidy's
prepare
pretty good,
myself
too.
for a Lost at Sea movie. I think we're good. I think we'll be okay. We'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You've got an E-Perg and you've got...
We'll be all right.
My
lifeboats.
My wife was lost at sea.
What, for real?
For real. This is before me. So she's at a party in New York City with her boyfriend, and there's a neurosurgeon. He says, "Oh, I just bought a boat. We're going to take it from Newport, Rhode Island, down to Bermuda, and put it into charter. And I got a captain, I got a cook. I need some crew." It's like, sure, we'll come along.
That sounds awesome. Sounds like you're prepared.
Yeah, in November. So they get, and like they know, my wife knows nothing about sailing, knew nothing then, cares less now, but he gives them a credit card, says go into town, buy some provisions. They come back with like china and all this other stuff.
Oh no.
And so they're in a big storm. They're in a knockdown. The mast is broken. The radio doesn't work. She's sure she's going to die. Writes a note to her mom, tapes it to her leg.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Yeah. It's
rescued by somebody?
The Coast Guard.
Wow.
And
radios work?
They were transmitting anyway, but they didn't hear anything back. But a passing airplane picked up the signal, radioed it in.
Holy crap, that's scary. That would be
How long were they
scary.
adrift for?
4 days.
Oh, that's long.
Yeah.
That's a long. That's a scary amount of drifting.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary.
You start figuring out who you're going to eat. You don't say it out loud, but you think about it.
Wait, so the mast got knocked down and the engine
the whole boat they went
did a
under.
full barrel roll?
my God.
Popped up with a broken mast, and so like
and the
shattered
engine
glass,
and the engine wasn't going to work at all.
The tiller's broken. The tiny little engine's gone.
Oh no! Yeah, that sucks.
Was the storm? Was it captain that was no good, or was the storm just way too big for this boat?
Captain was no good.
Oh.
And then when the Coast Guard rescued them, they came on board with machine guns. They're like, the only people dumb enough to be out here now are drug runners. You guys must be drug runners. No.
Wait, well, what year was this?
Oh God!
Please say like 85.
Yeah, or a long time ago. No, before 85, it was like 82.
I'm a surgeon. I just got this boat.
Yeah.
It's good. I got this captain in front of mine.
Thought you were like a Marielito or something.
The Coast Guard comes on board and goes, "Oh yeah, it's you." They'd rescued him before.
What?
Fuck out of here!
I'm not kidding.
You shouldn't be allowed to rescue.
I know.
You get one, and then you got to get off stop boats.
He should pay for it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
She wrote a novel about it. And
really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I'll send it to you. Of course, I'm blanking on the title of it.
Oh no!
I got to look it up. Well, she has 6 books.
It's called Now I'm Afraid of Puddles.
I can see the cover. There's a rescue ring on it. DianaWagman.com. Go to Zach if you pull up her website.
Very scary.
Yeah, that sounds.
It's a brilliant novel too.
So does she really likes sailing now? She's about it.
We were in a dinghy off of Rehoboth, down near Rehoboth Beach, and the engine died, and she was not.
Was she
happy.
Triggered?
Yeah, she was triggered. That's exactly right.
That's
it.
Life number 6.
Life number 6. Yeah, because it takes place in the present and the past. Same woman. It's a brilliant novel.
All right. Pick it up on Amazon.
Anyway.
Life number 6.
Yeah, Life number 6.
Fucking adrift. That's fucking sketchy. I don't need to think about that. I'll read it after I come back.
Yeah. You'll be fine. It's Tahiti. There's a bunch of islands. The water's warm.
We got 2 engines and 2 sails.
Are you going to have scuba stuff on board, or you just pull into port and run a bunch of gear?
I think you can arrange to have it on board. I got to call them their people about that. We haven't gotten that far yet. I booked the flights last night, though.
50-footer. 50-footer's a big boat.
And catamaran. So it's like, it's like 25,
Double
26 feet wide. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
For people who don't know.
Yeah.
Catamaran means 2 hulls.
It means 2. So, cars. What's on your note cards?
Cars. Well, I've been doing this show called Consumer 101, and
I knew you wanted to talk about that. That's the Consumer Reports car show.
Yeah. Well, it's not the car show. They have a.
Do they have their own car show?
They have a thing on YouTube called Talking Cars. That they do up at their test track. This Consumer 101 is Saturday mornings on NBC. It's the Litton Entertainment is the production company, and it's not just cars. But me, being a car person, said we need a car piece in every episode. So we've been doing some really cool car things. They have their own test track.
Yeah.
And
where is this?
Colchester, Connecticut is their test track. Their main headquarters is in Yonkers.
Consumer Reports has a pretty sweet test track.
If you look at season 1, have you been there?
Yeah. They buy all their own cars, and they've got like the water stuff and the skid pad. They got a bunch of shit. It's great.
Right. Well, the first thing we did was wet tire testing.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do, my challenge to myself was like, can I find a new shot? Can I put the camera someplace I haven't put it before?
It's a good challenge.
Yeah.
And
did you succeed?
Yes. In the wet tire testing thing, I put the camera, and I'll stake my claim here because people will now copy this maybe. But I put the camera behind the wheel.
On the inside of the wheel?
In between the wheel. I attached it to the body looking out. Because I thought if a tire's going to go through water, you want to see the water spray from the inside.
So like against the fire in your fender well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good place for a shot.
So that was cool.
I like that.
That was fun.
You found a new shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found the shot.
I just had a meeting with these guys who they have a dome that has cameras all over it.
Oh, so they can do bullet time?
They can do bullet time, but all the time.
Yeah.
And it's apparently big enough to put cars in. And they're like, oh, there's your shot.
I actually found the shot.
Thank you, Zach. Good
That's
work.
amazing.
And we use it a few times
there
in
it
the
is.
piece.
So
that's their.
I don't want to get copyrighted. infringed.
BRZ in the wet, though.
They're
Very fun.
They're not going to give you.
Yeah, right.
You're not supposed to know what car it is.
They're not going to have
Greek
a choice
at all.
You're not supposed to know what car it is?
No, on the TV show, no brands.
Zero
right. brands.
Okay, then
on
this
the
is
show.
this
Wait,
is
so
an
you're doing a
affordable.
tire test in the wet with no brands? How do we know? Just that you should have tires for wet?
Well, here's what we did do. Like you can see,
There's tape on the badge.
that's Ryan Pizlakowski and that's Jack Rico, the host, in the passenger seat. The point of the show is how they do stuff.
Oh.
And why you should trust them. And you should, because they're consummate nerds and they're very particular about it, as they should be, as we want them to be, which I love about them.
They are. I always thought they were super trustworthy.
That's Gene Peterson, and the point of this piece was a new tire with tread versus a worn tire without tread on the wet.
Yeah, it must be a huge difference. Obviously.
Oh my God! Yeah.
But it's something people need to. We say this all the time. There's so much. Not misinformation. There's so many people out there that just trust the all-season thing. They just, I can drive these forever, blah, blah, blah. They don't realize the possible consequences of that and the big difference.
We show them.
Yeah, no, here in LA,
That's
people
what's fun.
don't get new tires, and it's the worst.
Oh, it never rains, and then it rains, and there's all that oil that after 2 months of no rain is built up on the street, and then...
Well, I just went to a car show, and there was 7 Lamborghini Diablos at the car show. And I looked at all of their tires, and 5 of the 7 had tires that were like way out of date. Like one was tires from like 2005.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that rubber is not
dunzo.
Rubbery.
No, it's very concrete. Like
yeah.
I had to chide all these fucking owners publicly. I'd be like, I was like, yellow, orange, red, black.
Come here, we got some talking to do
of you right now. It's fucking so bad. They probably won't hire me again. They probably won't like that.
Yeah, but you're just trying to keep them safe.
Yeah,
I am.
You're trying to protect their investment in a very nice car.
Yeah,
Lamborghinis are fun. Actually,
I told this story to like this ass model who was at dinner and doing modeling for them. And she was like,
Spanx model?
I rode in that car on the rally yesterday. I was like, don't ever get in that car again.
First, check the tires.
Yeah.
Take a quarter.
I don't get in fucking any cars.
If you can put it, if you can't put it in. So
that and the date code.
Yeah.
It's 5 years or less.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, so I got my Aston Martin Vanquish came from the East Coast off a truck the other night, which I'm so excited that it's here. I'm going to drive it a lot.
What year is it?
03, but we converted it to a stick. I sent it back to England to be converted into a stick.
Oh,
there it
at
is.
the factory.
At Newport Pagnell, back at the factory.
Properly converted.
Yeah, it's a very pretty car, and
They're
now
beautiful
it's stick
cars.
V12, and we also wired the exhaust open, so it's loud all the time. Except what that photo doesn't show is the right side of the car.
Your big smile?
In which it came off the truck with a flat right rear tire. It did not go on the truck with a flat right rear tire. And when it came off, the driver was sort of like, well, what you going to do? I mean, pretty much.
Send it back, mate.
And I was like, okay, can they like make a note of that? And he's like, no, there's no note to make.
Yeah, there's a lot of fine print with shipping of like, especially if it's open car, closed. It's just
You took a picture though, right?
Well, I don't need to take a picture. The tire's fucking flat. But, yeah, and there's
but you could have flattened it.
Well, there's no recourse, so what's the fucking difference?
It's true.
No, the tires were 4 years old, actually, as it turns out. And so I hit up ACP. What's his company?
Oh,
Zip
yeah.
Zip Tire.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
seen Zip Tire?
Yeah.
So our friend
comes
ACP.
to your driveway. Andrew Comrie Picard,
Yeah.
for those not in the know.
Are they bigger than LA yet? Or are they just LA right now?
I don't know.
I don't know if they're in LA. This is awesome. They come to they have a truck that has a tire machine in the back of it, and they come to your house or your business or wherever you might be with the tires that you have ordered, and they just put them on right there, and then they leave.
Balance them and do all that. I know.
But
ACP's great.
But it's a good idea too, because the problem with fucking tires is, okay, I want to order them from Tire Rack.
Right.
Where am I shipping them?
Right.
Do I already have like a shop I'm going to use?
Right.
And if I do, are they going to be annoyed that I haven't bought the tires from them?
Right.
And upcharge me on the install? Like, what's the fucking deal here? Do I have to order in my house and then put them in the back of my car to get them? Like, that's
I'm
annoying.
surprised that you put them in the back of your G-Wagon.
Right. It's not I don't have no G-Wagon.
I'm just kidding.
I thought about this because I had to put tires on on the Aston Martin, and yet I don't have a car at home right now so I had to have them. It's perfect.
So did you come over here on a scooter? Did you get a bird?
No, my scooter. My Yamaha 125 scooter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I ride a
better.
scooter around Los Angeles. Yeah, I try not to drive cars in LA if I can
Really?
avoid it. Yeah. It's fucking annoying.
When I landed the other day at LAX, I got on a bus and I got on the subway and I got on another bus, and then I took a Lyft like the last 10 minutes of the trip, and it was great. Actually,
To where? To Burbank?
No, Echo Park.
Wait. So you got on. You landed at LAX.
Landed at LAX on a
got on
Friday night, though.
And you got on
so
a bus.
I got on a bus.
And where did that bus take you?
The free bus takes you to the Green Line.
Okay, and then you got on.
The Green Line runs down the middle of the 105.
That's another bus. Oh yeah, the tram.
The subway or
Okay.
the metro.
Metro,
it's
right.
above
Okay.
ground, so it's not a subway.
Right.
So
You took that east.
I took that east to Harbor Freeway.
Okay.
You get off at Harbor Freeway. There's a Silver Line bus.
Okay.
It runs in the express lane of the 110. I took it all the way to Disney Hall. And from Disney Hall,
that's
it
so
was
annoying.
like 10 minutes. You know what?
From there, you're not even home.
But it was probably faster than an Uber because of traffic, right?
It probably was.
Exactly my point.
You know, it's not as fast as living 5 minutes from the airport. That's
know.
what's really nice.
Yeah, well, I go to Burbank when I can.
When we lived in Playa, dude, I would land, and when the bag carousel started, I'd be like, "Come get me."
Yeah.
It was like 4 minutes door to door. It was
that's
amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, the scooter though.
My
I
wife
swear
won't pick
by
me
it.
up at the airport anymore. Every now and then she drops me off, which is great. So.
Well, West Side Collector Car Storage will pick you up at the airport.
Ooh, all
We
right.
do. Free airport pickup for our customers.
My Prius doesn't qualify, right? Are there
I
certain
don't fucking
minimum of
discriminate.
cars? Oh, really?
Is your money green? Park with us.
depends on whether the green ink is
I'm not judging.
run out.
I'm not judging your car.
Good.
I have a car in there right now that's a customer car who needed storage immediately before
Right.
we're even open, and he is absolutely paying me more for a year of storage than his vehicle is worth.
But
that's fine.
He loves his vehicle.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
This
He
is the
wants
thing about
he likes
cars,
that
man.
car.
Cars will never go away,
Yeah.
because there's a personal relationship with this thing.
Yeah.
And there's a psychic relationship because it sort of gives you freedom to go places.
Yeah, and someone's car isn't always related to their fucking bank account. I mean, like you could see, you could see a thousandaire wearing a fur coat one day and a billionaire wearing fucking athleisure.
Yeah,
that's
LA.
and like that's especially in this town.
I don't think
People
Alex
just want
Roy,
what they want.
Alex Roy's really worried that autonomous cars are going to displace all the other cars. I'm not worried about that.
No, I don't.
I
think,
want autonomous vehicles.
No, hang on. Hang on. we're not worried about that. What we're worried about is
it's we. Are you part of part of the movement?
The Human Driving Association?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a founding member.
Oh, okay. HDA.
First off, I will never buy a connected car.
Really?
No.
Are you worried about being hacked?
No, and by connected, I mean over-the-air updates type of connected. I don't mean a car that has like GPS and shit.
Right.
That's not what I mean. I mean
Tesla.
a car that's that is where someone is actively monitoring your thing.
You're worried about the CIA?
No, I just like.
I'm just kidding.
But like with Tesla, for instance,
they update while you sleep. Isn't that better? They make the car better.
They can also downgrade it while you sleep.
Right.
And they have.
But can't use
anything that can be upgraded over the air can be downgraded over the air.
But it's like my iPhone. Like I was on system 12. I didn't do any updates.
Right.
But that was because it was my choice. Can't you do the same thing with your Tesla? Just say no updates?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe you can. Because there's safety system updates.
Then that's different.
Because they actually put out beta versions of shit and let the public fucking use it. Because they don't give a fuck.
Right. Well, software companies do that all the time. But
software.
It's
I'm not riding my fucking motorcycle next to your Dell.
It's completely different. It's completely different with a car.
Different with a car. Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
Tesla's.
I didn't know there wasn't an off option.
No, there isn't. And so what Tesla has done is, in order to get the range and the acceleration figures they wanted,
they dialed back the performance.
No, they push the performance of the batteries.
Oh.
And what happens now is they're facing a lot of warranty claims for batteries. In order to avoid that and replacing thousands of battery packs, they're over the air taking away people's range. So people will wake up one day and find that their car has 30 or 40 less miles of range. Now, that matters because
it matters big time.
That's how they price Teslas, by their range. So if you pay for the 85, but you wake up one day and your car is actually a 65 because they've reduced it, well, that's pretty fucked up. So my cars start with keys.
What about a Nissan? Oh, not a push button?
My cars all have keys, every one of them. Every single one.
Is that the dividing line?
My newest car that I own right now is a 2003. And the key to the 2003 dates back to the 80s. It's that tumbler key that's like a stick.
Yeah. No, I remember those.
So anyway, what is that? Oh, yeah, there you go. Software update to, quote, improve longevity. That sounds like a fucking downgrade to me.
As much as Tesla wants to be like the Kleenex, when you think of an electric car, you only think of a Tesla. It's not. There's a Nissan Leaf. There are a bunch of other electric cars.
Yeah. They're not connected. Those aren't over-the-air updates.
Oh, they're not?
No. Okay. Tesla's the only car that does that.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to update a Nissan Leaf, you got to go to a dealer and plug it in. Right. OBD2.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're, but why are you anti? I mean, Human Driving Association is great, but I think
don't
you guys
want
are
to ever be
too afraid.
No, I don't want to ever be in a position. First off, an autonomous car that's better than the average human driver.
Right.
That doesn't mean they're better than me.
No, I know.
So until an autonomous car is better than me, I want no fucking part of it.
But don't you want all the other people who aren't as good as you in autonomous vehicles?
No, but that won't happen.
Why not?
Because do you know how long that will take? That'll never happen in my lifetime. There's no way. Well, even if you banned new car sales today, it would take like 15, 20 years to replenish all the cars.
Yeah.
And you can't. And actually, if you banned driving cars, it would basically be a poverty tax because you'd eliminate poor people's. Yeah, you couldn't.
So you're not really worried.
First off, you're not so far away from an autonomous car.
You're not really worried.
There's almost no such thing as a level 5 autonomous car right now. And there won't be in a very long time because driving, as it turns out, is actually very fucking hard. And humans, as it turns out, are actually very good at driving.
Not bad
when we're not distracted.
Yeah, I know.
That's the real problem. But a lot of people prefer to be distracted in traffic than actually drive
because they're bored. I know.
And a lot of people prefer party tricks. They can show off to their family.
The assisted driving though is pretty good.
I don't mind that stuff. I don't mind the radar cruise. I don't mind that.
Right.
What I don't like is the halfway measures in between where you don't have to steer anymore.
Yeah, that's
bad. Where it gets dicey, and that's when people start texting, and that's when people start not paying attention and trying to hack the system.
Right.
No,
I agree. The whole distracted thing is the worst. The phones. A buddy of mine was sitting stuck in traffic, and he looks up in his rearview mirror, and he sees the guy behind him looking down, of course, on his phone, and he knows he's going to get rear-ended.
Right as he,
no.
and then he does.
And then he does. He got rear-ended. Luckily, he wasn't hurt. You know, and it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But, and he said to the guy, dude, what are you doing?
Because
scary.
everyone's good at it right until they aren't, you know?
I agree.
And that's the same thing with these semi-autonomous driving systems is they work great right up until they don't. I know.
But I want autonomous vehicles. I don't think it has to be that long. And I think there can be zones. Like, think about a highway should be an autonomous zone.
Well, you can have
or a city.
GM's Super Cruise system right now is...
that works pretty well. I haven't driven one.
It works very well, and it's geo-fenced to divided highways only.
Great.
That's part of the reason that their safety record is better than Tesla's, is because Tesla lets you use that shit anywhere.
Let's go in there. And
even
now they have
where
to
probably
call your car, right?
That shit is bullshit. You seen the videos of that
oh
fucking
my
up?
God.
No.
There's videos of people summoning and their cars just crashing into cars or
runs
driving
over
the wrong
pink
way.
flamingos in their highway.
Running over grass, like going the wrong way down one way. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Holy crap! I thought it had a limit of how far it would go and how much it would move.
I mean, there's
that's
people,
all true, but still, if you're
at
your front door and the car is,
yikes!
Yeah,
that's very bad.
It's not. It seems a little half baked.
It might run over your hedge.
I finally actually get a Tesla Model 3 Performance from Tesla at the end of next week.
Oh yeah,
I thought I was banned because
you're not shy.
Well, I have opinions about their business and about their cars and about and some of them are good and some of them are bad.
Yep.
And I speak them, and I got really strangely ghosted by one of their PR people, and I was sure that after the ghosting that I was banned.
You were done.
Sure. But then as it turns out, I don't think I was. I got contacted by someone else.
Busy, and they're not paying. They don't have enough press people. They have turnover in the press.
Well, I got
department.
contacted by a different person later, and that was and it worked out. And
you're getting one,
and I get one. And that person is not concerned about what I say on Twitter. He thinks my reviews of the cars have been fair, and that's fine. So,
they're really cool cars.
I know. I've driven every car they make. I like them.
Yeah.
I have my experiences with the cars have overwhelmingly been good, but I think there's some things that happen behind the scenes that are a little less.
Here's the best thing about
cynical,
Tesla.
maybe.
Do you want to hear the best thing about Tesla?
What's that?
It keeps Elon away from SpaceX.
That's a good point. Yeah. They can fly rockets because he's not fucking it up. Yeah.
I mean, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
In so many ways. He was I did a show called Wired Science with Wired Magazine for PBS.
Okay.
It was a big, and that's when I met Dan Neal, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So, we can talk about some of the people we know in common, but it was a pilot, and it was with Wired Magazine. It was for PBS, and it was a bunch of magazine-style pieces and one studio interview. And we got Elon Musk, and he hadn't been...
What year was this?
Oh, my God.
This is 07.
Yeah. 07. Before Top Gear, actually. Yeah. And he hadn't made a car. He hadn't launched a rocket, and he sat in the chair and he told the host, "Here's my plan." Mm-hmm. And he laid out the plan, and he's followed the plan to a T. He said, we're going to sell the expensive car first because that'll help fund the next car, which will help fund the next car. But it's, you talk about new technology.
That hasn't happened.
What was on his plan?
Let me just clarify that that's not what happened.
Well,
he sold the expensive car.
Yes.
He then raised investment capital to build the next car.
It's true.
Which lost money.
Yes.
He then raised more investment capital to build the next car.
Right.
Which also loses money.
Right.
He's now apparently coming out with a new car that's actually the same as the car they're selling. So I just want to clarify that the plan that he said is not what happened at all.
Well,
it's not.
It is in some regard.
No, the cars were supposed to make a profit, and he was supposed to use that profit to make the next car. This is a big difference, Todd.
But did you read the news today?
No, please tell me. I can't fucking wait.
They reported a profit.
Oh my fucking God.
But here's
after how many quarters of loss?
Here's how he followed the plan. He built the expensive car, which allowed him, for whatever reason, not from the profit on the expensive car.
Yeah.
But he said
it was supposed to be from the profit on the expensive
but
car.
it wasn't. But he used the halo effect of the success of selling those.
When is the car going to make a profit? When does that halo effect stop? Sooner or later, they have to act like a company that builds and makes
money,
cars.
But they are making cars. They're selling
They're
cars.
not acting like it. They're acting like a software company where you just raise the next fucking round of hype and raise the next on the capital.
But they have physical products that people are driving all over the streets of LA.
Don't make money, Todd.
I understand that.
If they sell 1,000 cars and every one of those cars loses 20 grand, that's not a good business.
Yeah, but how long did it take Jeff Bezos to make money on Amazon?
Jeff Bezos doesn't build and make cars.
I'm just saying there's a model. There's a
That's
world
not the same
in which,
model.
I know, but no. The model is Bezos went to Wall Street and said, I'm not making money next quarter. I'm not making money the quarter after that or the quarter after that. It's going to be a while. But when we do make money, we're going to make boatloads of it.
But they're not in the same business.
In some ways they are.
No, they're not.
They're selling stuff.
Bezos is a fucking retailer. They don't make anything.
Bezos is selling cloud computing.
Right.
So
okay,
that's
fine.
his big product.
Okay.
And that's one of their big profit sources. I understand your point about
you don't
the
have
profits. It didn't follow that
Tesla
plan
has
exactly.
assembly lines and unions and the EPA and painting and warranties and all this shit. They're not the same.
I know.
They need to turn a profit on physical products.
They would. Zach, look up today's Tesla news. Just so
I did. It was
it
was the first quarter they turned a profit. Some people raised the price target of the stock. Some people are still skeptical. And I mean, the Amazon thing he's referencing is that they basically operated for 20 years with only a few quarters of profit. I think you're just like,
but they don't have factories and assembly lines.
I'm not saying they do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the point was Bezos said it's going to be a while before we make money, and I think Elon is saying the same thing with electric cars. It's going to be a while before they make money, and they may not make money at all.
But what you came in here and said was he sat down in 2007, had a plan, and here's why you like him.
Yes.
But your premise for liking him is flawed.
No, he said he was going to have electric cars.
You said to a T. You said to a T, and then you recited a plan that he did say.
Right.
I read that. I remember that plan.
Right.
But that shit didn't happen, Todd.
It didn't happen exactly the way he said.
Bro, it didn't happen fucking remotely.
Here's the other thing he said.
Remotely.
He said we're going to build.
Hype the next product and raise cash every quarter. There's no way they're still a company. Not a fucking chance. They lose money on everything they sell.
You know what we should do? We should have a bet now in 10 years. Is Tesla in business or out of business?
No. I don't play that fucking game. You know where my money is, Todd?
Where?
Land. Fucking primo real estate.
You and Bob Hope.
I will bet my money and every dime of it on land and a red Lamborghini Countach. That's where I'm making money.
That's fair. All right. What about the rocket company, though?
I don't give a fuck about the rocket. Let them launch fucking rockets. That's awesome. Let them launch rockets.
I think it's very cool.
It's cool, but I don't care. I don't care because I don't interact with rockets on my motorcycle every day.
Well,
so I don't give a shit.
But your Tesla may interact with his orbiting network of satellites that provide internet everywhere.
Not my unconnected car that starts with a fucking key. You feel me?
Are you going to build? Wait, I want to go back to BMWs because we were talking about electric BMW. You have an electric BMW project?
No.
Right.
No, he worked on some video.
I worked
something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because BMW has these commercials like, we had an electric 2002. It's like, all right, you had it. Why didn't you sell it?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to brag about the fact they had all this technology.
The batteries in their new hybrids are not good.
No,
I know. They could work on that.
The i3 and the i8.
They should have a commercial that says, we have good batteries.
What's their? They have an electric 3 Series coming out.
330e or some shit?
Yeah. Does it look as bad as all their other new cars? They're
330e. Did you guys see, speaking of which, the picture of the new M3 nose that has the giant fucking
I saw a bunch
fangs?
of drawings that I hope were jokes.
Yeah, me too.
I really hope
I saw
the
what
ones I
looked
saw
like a
were
real
jokes.
picture.
Zach,
was not
if
good.
they're ugly, they're probably not because they've lost
bad.
their way in the design.
What do you got?
race.
That's just an electric 3 Series, right?
Yeah, I was trying to find the range.
You know the coolest new car? Have you seen the new Mirai, the Toyota Mirai, the hydrogen car?
Why is that the coolest?
Because it's an amazing looking sedan. It's beautiful.
It's amazing looking?
Yes, they should make that the Avalon. Not that they shouldn't
Mirai.
waste
Is this
it on the
brand new?
Mirai. Yeah, brand new. Second generation Mirai.
Oh, that's a hybrid.
No,
no.
Oh.
So the BMW is a hybrid. I haven't seen the Mirai, the new Mirai.
Zach,
I haven't really been paying attention.
Zach will find it. To hydrogen cars?
Oh, because the old one looks.
The old one is dog
looking.
ugly.
Yeah,
it just looks like a bad Prius, and
It doesn't anymore?
That's double bad. No, it's beautiful. It really is. I don't know why they.
It's Mirai, yeah.
MU.
No, Mirai.
All right, I'm wrong.
Oh, it's the blue thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the blue thing looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
That's pretty slick, right?
Yeah. It does look good. That's a good looking car.
Looks like a car.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it looks like a car.
That's a much better looking car.
The
than
rear
than
view is better.
It reminds me of a Genesis G70 a little bit, which is a good looking car.
Yes.
Do we not have better pictures? Whatever. That's good. They've done well with that. That's nice.
Are they making any? They're not making many of them.
I don't know. You can't get fucking. Who wants?
Yeah, there's 8.
Where's a hydrogen station?
There's 8
in LA.
8. Yeah, I looked.
That's more than I would have guessed.
I know, but LA is.
If you live near one, I guess
LA is
that's
the
a
size
great
of
looking
Rhode
car.
Island.
Wow.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they've done well. The back is nice too. They actually now the more I look at the back, the more I see the Prius in the center trunk section.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see a lot of Lexus.
I see a lot going on there.
Because
It's cool.
I just at some point someone went into the team and we're like, you know what, John, first Mirai.
Yeah.
You had an idea. You had an interesting idea.
Yeah.
We tried.
Yeah.
We're going to make it look like a car now. Because the first one looks like shit.
It's terrible. It looks like Thunderbirds
people don't
or
like
Go.
wacky. I don't know what to tell you. people don't want to drive Autobots. I don't
Very
know.
sorry. Wacky is not selling.
Wacky's. Well,
It's
you see where this? Oh man! Now you know what I can't unsee when you pull up the picture of the current Mirai. I see the Supra's swoopy rear 3/4 there too. Over
the little bulge over the arch.
The wheel arch swoop.
Speaking of cars and other cars, I saw a new Aston Martin on the road today.
The Vantage.
I don't know. It looked like a Jaguar F-Type.
Yeah, it's the new Vantage. They just announced a stick, which is good.
Good.
7-speed dog leg. That's pretty cool.
Jaguar offers the F-Type with a sunroof and a stick.
The stick is, you know what's neat about the stick?
What?
It's the same Getrag BMW M3 uses. So the gearing is exactly the same as the M3. The
Short
shifter,
throws.
Yeah, the shifter and pedal feel is exactly the same as the M3. So it's actually kind of an interesting experience because if you've driven a lot of BMWs,
yes,
the action of the shifter and pedals will be immediately familiar, and everything else is Jag, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
My mom has an F-Type, and she sent it out here along with my Aston Martin, and there it is. It's British Racing Green, and it's
BRG.
Me and my dad got it for my
awesome.
mom for her birthday 5 years ago. It has 2,800 miles on it in 5 years.
Literally just getting groceries?
Yeah, basically. And so she sent it out for a little winter exercise.
Such good looking cars, man.
V6S.
Oh my God.
This one's an auto because it's my mom.
Right.
But
that's fine.
But it's so fucking pretty. And I was driving it around today. Lovely. Went to the valley. 110 fucking degrees. Oh. Fuck LA today.
But this is proof. Like the thing. I mean, I know why Porsche does not put a sunroof in a Cayman because they don't want to cannibalize the 911.
Well, they sell a Boxster. But yeah.
I don't like convertibles.
Okay.
I like coupes.
Me neither.
I like coupes and sunroofs.
Okay.
Because especially in LA, if you're in a convertible, you're sitting at a light, you're baking at 110 degrees.
Yeah.
If you're on the highway, I mean, it's not true of a Corvette convertible because the aerodynamics are such that you don't get all blown out.
Yeah.
But most
Corvette
convertibles,
target top is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most convertibles, like you're on the highway and
Yeah.
it's way too windy.
I had a SL 500 Mercedes, which was lovely.
Yes.
But I had the hard top, and I
Right.
kept the hard top on
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
I
want
do
that.
like a target top, like or if it goes up and down real fast, like
Right.
if I get a McLaren press car or like one, then I'll put it up and down all the time.
Oh my
you know what I
God.
mean? McLaren 720 is like 11 seconds. The top
I
goes
haven't
down.
driven I've driven the 570S.
No, the 570 is amazing. It's wonderful. It's
love that
batshit
car.
fast.
Yes.
720's magic.
I'm sure it is.
Absolutely
It
magic.
looks beautiful.
It's fucking
They didn't offer me one of
amazing.
those. I made a video of the 570S.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now they're getting affordable 570s.
Yeah.
570s.
Are they down to 100?
They're in the lows
Affordable for some people.
for what
but-
for the level of car you're getting.
Oh my God, no!
It's
That
that can be pretty affordable for the level of car you're getting.
that
You know what
car
I mean?
was significantly spectacular.
When you're cross shopping high end Corvettes and used McLarens, that's affordable. For that.
Yes.
For that.
Yeah. No, in that range,
Yeah.
that car is so badass.
Yeah. Hey, live fuckers, get up in the super chat if you want to get. Do we have a bunch today, Zach? What do we got? What's our status? Oh, we have a few. Yeah, get in the super chat. I'm going to close it in 5 minutes, and I'm not going to fucking answer your question. That's what
I drove a 850 horsepower M5 today.
Whoa.
But,
new M5, old M5?
New M5 2018, so F90, but it's not competition. So it's like 110 grand. Even in stock form without the extra power. That is a lot of car for $110,000.
Well, like crazy fast.
It's very fast.
Yeah.
That sounds dangerous
it's like,
to me.
It was very nice looking inside because it wasn't all black leather, black. The interior looks all fancy. The seats in that are way better than the 850.
Yeah,
and I drove an M2. The seats are better. I don't know what they did with the 850. They put in different seats. They shouldn't have done
seats are
that.
not good in the
seats.
850.
The M5 are nice. They're comfortable. They're bolstered right. They're kind of soft.
The M5 is just a little isolated. It's like it's not really a driver's car anymore.
No.
It's just like crazy,
it's
crazy
a fucking
fast.
train.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a train.
So you mean it's a highway car?
Yeah, basically. BMW M has actually and Mercedes have kind of switched places.
Oh, that's bizarre.
The AMGs are actually typically more fun to drive now.
The what is it? The 65, the 63, C63?
Yeah.
That car.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Delightful.
I love
Delightful.
that car.
Yeah.
I love that car.
And those used are quite affordable. My friend Amy Shackelford, who was on this program, just bought one used a C63S with like, I don't know, 10, 12,000 miles on it for like 60.
That's it?
Yeah, which is like a $95,000 car.
She should have Steve Dinan's new company do springs.
Carbon. Yeah.
Because the thing they did, and so Mark Norris, who built the amazing E46
You know Mark
M3
Norris?
wagon.
I don't.
He's like
Is he a nut?
he's like a BMW lunatic, and he has got an E30 M3 convertible, but he has a body shop, a BMW specialist shop, and he also has he turned an E46 M3. He combined a wagon. He built an E46 M3 Touring with appropriate body work and the appropriate engine, and it looks as if it came from the factory.
That's awesome.
Like he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
but
there it is.
Oh, wow.
That's
beautiful.
Something we talked about is how so many sports cars these days are oversprung and just feel too stiff.
Right.
M cars are guilty of it. Basically, most cars are guilty of it. Trying to be sporty,
great
including
that
the
look.
C63.
That's
why I said
gorgeous.
you should do that.
So he's got the M3 fender flares on there. He made it work. The whole front and rear bumper.
I love wagons.
Isn't that
man.
great? I know.
My last
I told
wagon
him if
was
you ever
a
want to
5
sell that,
Series.
he'd call me.
A BMW 5 Series wagon with the giant panoramic sunroof. Gorgeous.
They're nice. They're very nice.
They're gorgeous. So
Chris Harris bought a fake E34 M5 Touring. Like somebody made one and he bought it.
There you go. 2002.
That's Mark's 2002.
This was on Leno's garage too.
Oh yeah.
He does really cool work. But
You know what car beat that car for me? Alpha GTV.
oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
GTV wins.
But it's in they're the like same price range, same time
Well,
period.
they were
same
competitors
car.
on the racetrack as well. That's a 2-liter Trans Am.
I had never driven an Italian car before I drove a GTV. and
How
I
great are
thought,
GTVs? They're fun.
I wish I'd kept one of the 3 I own.
Did you have 3? Well,
Sequentially.
They're still out there. You can get another one.
Yeah, but now like they're $40,000 for a good one.
Yeah, that's true. How much was a good one then? What's that? What did that one
10.
sell for?
This one on Bring a Trailer sold 55.
Oof.
Yeah,
Well, that's a fresh.
right.
Oh, it's a GTV 2000
Yeah,
though. It's a
I
pretty
know.
fresh one. It's got the right wheels.
I just pull up because
That's gorgeous.
Shape wise, they have a more like the taut bow thing. They're a little bent
It
on the
looks
ends
like a
compared
mini
to 2002.
Ferrari to
They
me.
do. That's that particular one was like a perfect look too.
Yes.
That was fucking great.
Gorgeous.
That's I'd pay 55 for that if that's sorted. Go scroll down and see some more of that, Zach. It's real nice when you put it looks like it's got 16-inch mag wheels on it, which I'm pretty sure this thing came with 15s. Oh, it's got the right seats,
Right.
those period bolstered
it's
buckets.
gorgeous. There were a few of these that had the same hand crank sunroof as the BMWs as the 2002. They're super rare.
That's a really nice car. I would like to have that.
I know, right?
One day.
That's a good car.
I have to limit
And you know
myself.
what?
Now
A
we've got
key.
too many cars.
A key.
It starts with a key.
Starts with a key.
Yes, it does.
You could put a push button in if you really want to. An aftermarket.
But if you wanted a race car one, I like race car push button.
Yeah.
When I say key, I mean race car. Race car push button counts. If we can fuck with that.
So speaking of
you should see the
racing-
key to my Lamborghini. It looks like a master lock key. It's a fucking joke. I mean, really, it's an absolutely embarrassing.
But it is a key.
It's a key that starts a Countach, though.
Good, fine.
Yeah.
That works.
What if you get in a car with a start button? What color would you like or expect that button to be? if any?
Blue.
I mean, red is the obvious. The Jaguar's gold, which I find kind of interesting.
I just
Goldfinger.
the Lotus Evora GT. It took me way too long to start that car.
You couldn't find it?
Because the button is silver and a lot of the dash was silver.
It's all silver.
So I know there are people out there that complain like, oh, this red start button's trying too hard. It's nice to have. It's nice to have, you know?
Yeah, no, same color.
I mean, it's only a mistake you make once. So if you own the car, like if you want the button hidden, but I just was laughing at myself. I couldn't start this fucking car.
You might want the future where you sit in the car and you have the fob on you and you just say car start. And
no,
because
because I've driven new Teslas and stuff, and sometimes you have to move. I've had to move the key card like a legit 4 inches, and then it starts. But it's like key not found. We've been McLaren, a lot of problems with those.
Yeah, McLaren's the key fob not found in the 570 series was a known problem. Yeah,
it
might have just been known with the press cars, honestly, because what ends up happening with McLaren, because they're a small company, is that early development cars become press cars
because they have to.
Which I don't think is a good plan. Because I don't think you want your journalists driving those cars. So you get some funky software in them sometimes. I hear the customer cars are better, but that kind of keyless stuff can be annoying. Actually, the major manufacturers seem to do it pretty well. Like the American companies, it's like they're usually huge. Works. But my Aston Martin is in a transitionary period, so you have to put the key in and turn it, and then hit a start button that's separate. Same as like the Ford GT, the early aughts.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to both a key and a separate button.
Technology is so weird as it iterates.
Yeah.
So speaking of Ford and GTs, have you seen Ford versus Ferrari?
I saw the trailer. I haven't seen the film. Have you seen the film?
Saw the film.
Is it awesome?
It's spectacular.
Really? Oh, great.
Spectacular.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. I saw the first trailer and I was so excited.
Yeah.
But Hannah and I went to see this movie Jojo Rabbit the other night, which I highly recommend. It was crazy.
Heard about it.
But they showed a second trailer that was a different cut.
Bad trailer.
And it was not a good trailer. And Hannah was like, what did they do? Because she saw the original trailer too. She was like, this trailer sucks. She's like, I hope this movie's like going to be good. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this is just a bad trailer. But I then rewatched the first trailer and was like, please be like this.
It's really,
it was awesome.
It's really good. I mean, Rush. Did you see Rush?
I loved Rush. I did love Rush.
I was disappointed.
Just watched it again on a plane.
I was disappointed in
Really?
Rush.
What were you disappointed in?
I was disappointed in all the racing. It was not exciting. It was not exciting. This is my point of finding a shot. You're Ron Howard. You're making that movie. You could do better.
Okay,
but you could do better.
But
there was no new shot in the whole movie.
Are you jaded though? Like I'm probably jaded too. Where we've gotten the mounted shot and the 3/4 shot and the flat. We've seen so much.
Yeah.
But the general audience who doesn't consume as much car content, they might just want to see like they got to make it dynamic and exciting and show what's happening in front of them, and they got to pass and all that stuff.
I took my buddy Tony Unruh, who's an architect, a beautiful architect, and a Porsche guy and a car guy, and he was like, oh my God. The racing footage in Ford versus Ferrari. James Mangold.
Who's James? What has he done?
Walk the Line.
Oh, Walk the Line's good. That's a good film. But no action in the past. Is his first action?
First car movie.
Huh.
I went to a DGA screening.
I wonder who was his second unit.
Phaedon Papamichael was the DP, but they had Mangold was at the screening at the DGA, and somebody asked him, "Were you a car guy?"
He's he's the EP on Logan too.
Yeah.
Logan that's quite legit. Yeah. Okay, cool.
He's a really good filmmaker, and this was the attention to detail was spectacular. Like they found a period correct GT40, and the guy loaned it to them and took it to a racetrack, and the sound guy put microphones all over the track, microphones in the car.
Cool.
So it's legit.
That guy's smart. He's adding provenance. You know, when he brings that car to RM in 2 years, he's like, and this was the car that all the sound was based on.
And Ford versus Ferrari.
Can you see who the second unit director is on that by any chance?
I don't know. I might need IMDb Pro for that.
Fuck. We didn't spring for the Pro.
I bet you
isn't Pro how you get people's agent information too?
Yep.
Yeah, I should really get the Pro.
If you do you need agents?
No, but it might help with
contacts.
Like honestly, like I would like to have someone heavily involved in that film on this podcast,
right?
And so that might be a way to do that.
Yeah.
and I don't have it.
Well, the production designer was talking about they built 30 cars.
That's not surprising.
His name, you don't need to go to Pro to get his name, and then you could look him up. Yeah, they built 30 cars. They had a bunch of collector cars. It was
I heard they did a lot of practical effects as well with real race cars and stuff. And I saw a lot of shots at Willow Spring. The good news is Willow Springs hasn't changed a fucking lick.
I know,
since
it's
the
the
60s.
same.
You just change the cars and it looks exactly the same.
Put up a different advertisement. Yeah. I love that track though.
I fucking hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite track?
Not that. I mean, in America,
Yeah. Because I haven't been anywhere else to drive.
my favorite tracks globally are not in America, but
Is there one in Spain?
Well, you're probably thinking of a Ascari circuit, which I've never been to, and I hear is very nice.
Okay.
I mean, my favorite circuits are Spa, Nürburgring, that Anglesey circuit in the UK, which was gorgeous.
Goodwood.
Road America in Wisconsin.
Right.
Laguna Seca.
Yeah, Laguna Seca is pretty
Those are
cool.
those are my.
Have you driven Laguna Seca?
Oh yeah, a bunch.
I haven't
It's
driven
fucking
that.
great. It's every bit as good as you think it will be.
It looks so gnarly.
It's just the gnarliness. It's actually not that gnarly.
Really?
Like, yeah, Road America is much scarier than Laguna Seca. The corkscrew in real life is a very easy corner.
Oh, it's tame.
It's fun.
Right.
It's cool.
Right.
But once you know where to place the car, if you're not racing wheel to wheel and every inch matters, it's not a hard corner and it's very fun.
As I suck at Forza when I go to Laguna Seca.
It's way different.
Oh,
it's
is it?
Yeah.
Right.
When you have a 3-dimensional perspective in a real car, it's way easier to judge the braking zone correctly and get their speed
You
right.
can hit the apex.
Yeah. Totally. It's not that scary, but a lap around Laguna is in terms of G-forces and flowiness is like one of the most fun laps you can do.
All right.
It's a great place to drive a car.
So I won't take any driving classes at Willow.
No, look, Willow's fine. It serves a purpose.
Right.
It is what it is.
It's close to LA.
But I think that the streets of Willow is a good practice track, but it's bumpy and shitty.
Right.
Big Willow and short. Big Willow it's 9 corners. And it's all just like balls, arrow, and grip. It doesn't actually require a lot of skill. It just requires bravery, downforce, and good tires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a very interesting lap you're doing.
We were talking about TV shows.
Button Willow's more fun.
Wheeler Dealers.
Oh yeah,
I did a season of that.
Did you? Was it fun?
The first season of Ant.
Was it fun?
It was fun. And you know who's a really good driver? Mike Brewer is a really good driver.
Oh, that's good to know.
He's hilarious.
I met him once. He was very nice.
Yeah,
he was cool.
He's full of bon ami.
Yeah.
We did a 1972
How real is that
Mustang.
Show? Is that show pretty real?
I'm not going to reveal the secrets of that television
that
show.
Fake, huh? No.
I didn't say a word.
That's okay.
You've done
the show was fun.
Like every big car TV show I'll say in the United States, because you also did Top Gear USA.
America, you did Overhaulin.
But you did Overhaulin, Mythbusters, Wired, Monster Garage, Ultimate Car Build-Off.
That was
Richard Hammond's
that was
Crash Course.
Build-Off. That was ACP, yeah.
And Lou Santiago.
I auditioned for Lou's job, and he beat me out for that one. That's okay. When I met him at the audition, he was such a sweet guy.
Lou's a good guy.
I wasn't even mad. I was just happy he got the job.
Yeah.
I was like, he should get this gig. He's good.
For which
Sticker
show?
Shock.
It was for Ultimate Car Build-Off because they kept wanting me to pretend like I knew how to wrench, and I was like, bro, I can't do this.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm sorry.
Design, yes.
And they're like, just
driving,
say you can wrench. You'll figure it out. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to figure that out.
I hate pretending. That was the best thing about Jesse James. He didn't like to pretend.
Yeah.
And that was
Monster
good.
Garage fun?
Monster Garage was a blast.
That show was so entertaining to watch when I was young.
Jesse was a challenge.
Yeah.
But Jesse's actually a really encyclopedic knowledge of pop culture. He's an amazing fabricator. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, there's certain things he's not good at. But
being nice to people.
We were
not being racist.
Well, yeah, absolutely true. Absolutely true. But I had a great time making that show. I really did.
Well, the concepts were.
Bit of that
did
show.
you? Yeah. What was your role in that show?
Depending on what era, there were about 40 of the 86 episodes where I was the showrunner. So,
wow, yeah.
But a lot of those ideas were Jesse's, and some of the ideas came from the audience. and some of the ideas came from us.
What was your favorite one that you guys got to build?
A brewery.
A brewery?
We built a brewery on the back of a 1962 fire engine.
I like that very much.
And I'm still friends with the brewmaster. There's a guy named John Legnard.
Does it still exist?
I don't know where it is. Coors had it for a while. John Legnard is a brewmaster at Coors. He makes Blue Moon.
Oh, okay.
And then we had another brewmaster from Stone.
Okay.
And that was so much fun.
That looks awesome. Is that at the second picture at the top there?
That's it.
With the barrels on it?
We made beer. And so, of course,
it's fucking great.
For the reveal, we had to use the fire hose and we sprayed the crowd with beer. Yeah, it was hilarious.
The show was made so long ago that all the pictures are like 300
240p.
wide.
Yeah, right. That's so funny. You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember that movie Young Einstein?
Yes.
Yahoo Serious?
Yes.
Remember it was about using like nuclear energy to put bubbles in beer?
Yeah.
It totally reminds me of that. His wagon where he's like...
It was so fun.
That's a dirt reference.
That show was nuts, though, because we just, that show was legit. Like, those guys had 5 days to do it, and if they failed, we destroyed the car.
Oh, yeah.
And we blew up some cars. We dropped 1,000-pound weight on a car. We had a Ford Anglia.
Why was that considered unacceptable in other shows? How come it was always like, we don't have it done by Friday? Why isn't it like, if it's not done by Friday, I'm going to drop a fucking anvil on it, and that's going to be that.
It was
should add that back in. Yeah.
So, from a production standpoint, we can't lose.
Exactly.
My second favorite one, though, was we turned a car into an airplane.
I remember that.
The Panos Esperanto.
Yeah. It's one of the fucking most terrible cars.
Oh, my God. Whoa. Yes. And Jesse was like, this isn't going to work. I was like, you wait and see, Jesse. And that thing was unbelievable.
There it is.
You guys are crazy.
It did fly a little bit, right?
Well, here's the sad part.
What happened?
Right?
Remind
we doubled
that fucking thing.
We doubled the Wright brothers distance.
Yes.
And we were in North Carolina, right next to Kitty Hawk.
That's so
part
cool.
of the show is we toured Kitty Hawk, but the one of the builders was part of a flying car company, and he was worried that it would crash and destroy the market for flying cars. So he dropped the dime, and I don't know this for a fact, but this is the only way it could have happened. Dropped a dime and called the FAA. The location guy, so we go all the way across country. We're at this airstrip near Kitty Hawk, and we've rented it for the day, and we're going to film the flying car. The guy who's in charge of the airstrip says, look, I just got a call from the FAA. This thing needs to be certified or you can't fly it. And I know how Jesse rolls. I'm going to drive state troopers onto the runway, and he's not going to be able to do it, because if he does it without FAA approval, this airport's shut down and I'm screwed. So I go, all right, well, what do we do? Well, you got to get a test pilot to certify it. You got anybody? Yeah, there's this guy. He's like, he's a couple hours away. He's up in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Or no. he's somewhere up near Maryland. So we get on the phone. We call the guy. He's like, yeah, I'll come down. So like an hour and a half later, we all look up, and this little plane lands, and this 6'5" like Texan basically gets out and goes, yeah, I'll take a look at that plane. And he looks at it, and so that'll fly. And he calls the FAA, and they go, yeah, that'll work. And he says to Jesse, let me fly this thing. I'll put it through its paces. And Jesse's like, no, I got to fly this, because he's the host of the show.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to let anybody else fly the show because he's Jesse James.
Is he a pilot?
Jesse?
Yeah.
No. He had one lesson. That
so
we
he was just going to try
show.
to like get going, lift, and then land.
Right. So basically,
Whoa.
If the test pilot had flown the thing, that's like I really wanted him to do it, because the thing would have flown.
Because it would have actually flown. Could you steer it in the air?
Oh yeah, we had ailerons. Like we had the thing was a working airplane. It was a car and an airplane.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
It was amazing.
Wow, look at that thing.
It was like unbelievable achievement.
What a terrible car.
Panos made all his money with patches, the
nicotine
patch technology,
right? Yeah. And then
the son, Dan.
Yeah, they own racing. They owned the whole
circuit,
American Le Mans series, and now they own another circuit. Right?
They own American Le Mans.
They owned the American Le Mans series at
Wow.
one point. Yeah, it was aggressive. Let's go to the audience for a little bit. Sorry.
Do you have any good crazy production stories, or I mean, you've done so, like I've done like a little bit, but you've done so many things in Turkey and flying cars, which is so rad. But
I jumped out of a helicopter 10 feet off the ground in Siberia once for a show called Sightings. That's maybe
I mean, yeah.
Most unusual.
Did you land on
unique.
snow? Or?
No, it was July, so it was a swamp. You know Tunguska, the 1908 event that obliterated 2,000 square kilometers of remote Siberian forest?
No.
Tungusk. So it was a show called Sightings. It was about ghosts, UFOs, and Bigfoot. Henry Winkler was an exec producer.
Nice.
It was Paramount syndication. Henry came to a story meeting once a month. Nicest guy. It's
a big circle of.
This is that photo was taken in 1928.
Okay.
20 years after the event.
Oh wow.
And it was an airburst, most likely an asteroid or a meteor, but nobody's found remnants. There's no crater. So of course all the UFO people say, "Oh, it was an alien craft."
Yeah, totally.
Right.
And nothing has grown in that circle.
Oh yeah,
like.
no, the forest all grew back. So it's beautiful there now. And in July there were flowers everywhere. So the helicopter, the pilot looked like George Papard, and I had him swoop in because I had the camera guy shoot out the side of the window because I wanted to simulate a UFO coming in for a crash landing, and everybody in the back was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" So that was one adventure.
Nice.
Car adventure, like we were filming near Hookers on the Point, where they filmed that in New York City. We were filming an episode of Monster Garage, and a guy faked a heart attack. And we didn't know he was faking at the time. So that was...
Just to be a dick?
Just to be a dick. And he thought, oh, it'd make great TV. And
really? As part of the crew or a random?
No, one of the builders.
What?
It was bad. Because there was one of the other builders... One of the other builders was Paul Cox, and he's a builder and beautiful with leather and seats, and he was best friends with Indian Larry, and Indian Larry had died the week before, so now his best friend had died a week before, and now this guy's dying right in front of him, and he was not happy. So that was an unfun adventure.
He made a choice. He made a bold choice.
Untrained TV people are the worst.
Yeah.
Did not
my
get
God.
invited back.
Oh, yeah. No, that was it for him. He had a talking
Jesus fucking Christ. All right. What do we got from the audience?
Audience.
Huh? Yeah, the audience.
Cool.
Oh, what do we have there?
Are they going to ask about my haircut?
Oh, a couple donations. Thank you. I don't know what that is. Can you find out what that thing is that they want my opinion on?
My hair looks like a Franciscan monk.
I think it looks great. It's lightly Boris Johnson. Is that a car? A Tushik? Tushik TS900. Someone wants our opinion on the Tushik. Is that a Russian car?
I wonder if it's
It says it'll go 236. It's the lightest hypercar.
Oh wow!
Is that a rebodied something or other?
It might be like a Tachyon.
What the fuck?
Do you know what the Tachyon?
It's made in Slovenia.
Oh,
made in Slovenia.
Wait,
that's cool. That's gorgeous.
It emerged in 2012.
I like how you use the word emerged. That's good.
I stole that from.
I don't.
This article on Motor One.
Oh, okay.
It has 900 horsepower. 4.2 liter dual electric motors, 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Very fast, weighs 3,000 pounds, which is light for a hybrid.
I'd like to drive one.
I'd like to try one.
Bananas.
Sure, I've never heard it before, but I mean, it's not heinous looking. It's kind of weird. It's got a very McLaren 720 nose and then a very squared off side.
It's got a Huracan rear.
And then a Huracan
rear.
Is it? Are we sure that this isn't a rebodied Huracan? I have a very strong suspicion that underneath all of that is an actual Huracan.
Voila.
I kind of think, but I don't know.
Yeah, but aren't they making Land Rovers in China that aren't called Land Rovers?
Yeah,
right.
The President Executive Off-Road.
Right.
I mean, this thing isn't terribly ugly. No. It's mildly ugly. The middle section really needs a lot of work, but the front and the rear look pretty cool, probably because the front looks like a McLaren and the rear looks like a Lamborghini, but the part in the middle that they did, not so much.
They have nice pictures.
I mean, if it's
on a runway.
I'd hire their photographer on a $250 day rate.
Yeah, easy.
Pierce says, watch question. Should I get an Omega Seamaster 300 GMT or a Bell & Ross BRV293?
Ooh.
Okay, so
that's kind of a toss-up.
The Seamaster is a round case, and the Bell & Ross BR93 is a big square helicopter dial looking case. I mean, they both are really nice watches. It doesn't matter that, as you say, the Omega has an in-house movement and the Bell & Ross has an ETA movement in terms of time telling. It doesn't matter. I would definitely say go put them both on and just buy the one that feels nicer on your wrist. With those square cases, those Bell & Ross, that's either something you love or you're like, nah. So just, I would try that on. Seamaster is much more traditional.
Square's now like an iWatch, though, right?
Well, it's the Bell & Ross is a big square plate with a round helicopter-looking dial on it, like a
instrument,
like an instrument. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one round? That's a round one. Oh, BRV2. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's actually asking about a round watch. I'm sorry, Seamaster. You buy a watch,
the Omega
for the
is an
thing
Omega.
that the company does.
Right.
You know what I mean? The thing that they do best, and so
didn't they go to the moon?
That's the Speedmaster, but yes,
I mean Omega,
the Moon Watch. Yeah, they have that's a big thing. The space nerds all like Seamasters. That's a nice watch, dude. I'm about that Bell & Ross, but honestly, Bell & Ross, if you want something square,
ooh, that's clean though.
it is. They do a nice job. No, they make great watches, but you should. My friend Carl Ruiz, the late Carl Ruiz, would say that you buy the thing that the place is known for. You don't go to McDonald's and get a salad. You go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac. You get the thing that they're known for.
Unless you're on a diet, and on a road trip,
just in general,
in an I-Pace, and the battery's charging. What does Brad Pitt wear in Ad Astra? Speaking of astronaut watches,
well, Brad Pitt's Breitling ambassador, so he's wears Breitling in most things.
Okay,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to wear Breitling in Ad Astra.
Is Laird Hamilton still a Chanel? Or are those?
I don't know.
He was a watch ambassador.
I don't know. He's probably something. Oh, Christopher Ward is the Ad Astra watch, huh?
Oh,
maybe. I don't know this.
Maybe they had a fucking deal.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it.
See it on a big screen if you're gonna see it.
All right,
it's beautiful.
Isaiah, Isaiah, it says, do you think we'll ever see a gas motor that combines the compression ignition Mazda is using and Koenigsegg's free valve design with no plugs or cams?
Wow.
I'm surprised we haven't seen free valve in anything, but I'm sure it takes a really long time to test a new technology like that, acquire the rights to it, justify its cost, especially if so many are going to electric. But didn't he put it on a Saab and the efficiency and power went up like 40%?
Yeah, I mean,
ridiculous.
that was years ago. I'm not really sure why it hasn't made it into a production car.
It's a conspiracy.
Does Jesco have it? Does Koenigsegg Jesco have free valve? It might. I don't know. But I want
technology.
Yeah, the Saab they went out in is just a regular old Saab, and it's got and you get a huge improvement in efficiency.
It got 30% more power and torque, and then up to 50% better economy. This is an article on Jalopnik from a few years ago.
Holy cow!
And it also is smaller than an engine with overhead camshaft, so it's a little bit better for packaging.
Does Jalopnik say why?
No, that's an old story. Well, they own the technology, so it's just whether they choose to manufacture it themselves or license it. Koenigsegg, Christian von Koenigsegg also owns the patents on flex fuel technology.
Wow,
really? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why he
their
can make
cars
all go on. That's why they don't need to make money doing cars.
Right.
Yeah.
They're beautiful cars.
Did it say their next car will have a camless engine?
So Koenigsegg's next car will.
Oh, so not the Jesco, but the next one will.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Eventually.
I drove one of those one year at Pebble.
The Koenigsegg's?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the shit. They rule. I asked Christian why the Koenigsegg now doesn't have the camless engine.
Right.
And he was like, oh, did it need more power? 1300 was not enough. I was like, all right, thanks, shitbag.
Point taken.
James says, I'm trying my first SCCA rallycross event in a week. I've got sister's old I've got my sister's old 97 Malibu to beat on. Any tips or tricks to have fun and do well? I mean, a car you don't care about is already the first step.
Run snow tires as like a cheap dirt tire, depending on what the track looks like. But I assume it's at least half dirt. So I'd run snow tires are a really cheap rally tire.
Yeah, I would. I mean, it's your first one. Just get the lay of the land. Just drive, have fun, get the lay of the land.
Don't worry about
and then make a list of what you need for the next time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Don't worry about your finish.
Brake then turn in the dirt.
Brake then turn.
Brake then turn.
Yeah, lift. Yeah,
lift brake turn.
No, have fun. Most importantly, have fun. That's going to be awesome. Rallycross is super, super fun.
Everybody's friendly at those things too, which is nice, right?
Yeah,
nobody's out for blood.
No.
But can you? How do you hook up your handbrake in that? Is that a click on, click off pedal handbrake? Or
a 97 Malibu?
That might be a pedal foot brake.
Oh,
which is click on, click off.
There's a way to. I think there's like stunt drivers used to. There's a way that you can rig it so like it doesn't click.
Yeah, see if you can disable the locking mechanism on your parking brake somehow, because that will come in handy in your front wheel drive car.
That'll help.
And I hope you're used to left foot braking, because that's pretty much what you're going to be doing. You looking that up for the handbrake? I don't fucking know. Parking brake components? This doesn't matter. Let's move on. I don't give a shit. Let's see. Trent says, I was thinking about... Wait. I was thinking about buying a G35... I don't know what the fuck this dude is talking about. Have we driven a Silvia S15 given the 25-year legal rule? S15s aren't 25 years old, so we can't have them in America.
Not.
I drove a heavily modified drift car one with a 2JZ in it, and it was like 900 horsepower or something.
Wow.
And
was that
wasn't
fun?
In its own way.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like a regular Silvia.
Yeah.
I haven't driven one, no. I hear they drive just like newer 240s. I'd like to. They look great. S15s look good.
Yeah, they're very good looking.
I've never driven one that's like regular.
I have not driven one.
Go to Florida. People seem to have them there.
Ford Cosworth RS. I drove one of those.
Those are nice.
That was
fun, right?
That was a wheeler dealer. Yeah, it was really fun. We put a third wing
like
on
the
it.
Europe ones.
You put a third wing on it, like a set of stairs going into a house.
We had Frank, I forget his last name, the designer of the car. He came in and met with Mike and Ant, and he said he wanted to make 3, and the money people said too expensive.
That's hilarious.
So we gave him his wish.
So you took one of these and we
put a third in
one.
between. If you look up Wheeler Dealers Cosworth RS, it should show up.
Oh, YouTube.
Oh no. That's probably lovely.
It was that car was a pretty cool little car.
I bet they're bringing decent money now that they can be imported.
Yeah.
What does that say? Daily driver with weekend mountain driving. Should I get a 530 horsepower Camaro 1LE, a 2015 F-Type R, 981 Cayman GT4, Carrera T, or Evora 400? Jesus, you are all over the fucking place.
Cayman.
Maybe. Daily driver? No, not a GT4. Definitely not. I would Evora 400 or Carrera T. Those would be my daily driver choices.
Yeah, especially with Canyon drive. Like, I don't know, the Type R. The Type R as a daily is not that. It's too stiff and too loud.
Yeah, and too torquey.
Yeah,
for its own good.
It's a really fun time, but I think if you had to own it for a long time,
too much
911
fun.
R4.
Very shouty.
And I don't like the interior that much on the. I think like.
I know.
The interior on yours is better. The only ones I've driven are black. They're always black.
We have the extended camel leather, which is nice.
The plastics are
it's not that
the
great.
dials you touch aren't that great. But the car, like, it's gorgeous from the outside. Right. It's gorgeous, and I'm drawn to it because it's like it is different than a 911. But so's the Evora.
Carrera T or Evora 400 is where I'm at.
Evoras are pretty cool.
They're great fun.
They stick to the track too, don't they? Mm-hmm. They're like squat.
Evoras are
low
great.
Center of gravity.
They're really. I drove that Laguna Seca is where I drove the 400. It was great.
I'll bet.
I would do Carrera T or Evora 400 there for sure. Carl says, love the show. What car is better with some modification but bad when they're stock, and vice versa? Better with stock and without modded. I have one for the second one. I'll take the second part first, Bob. The current generation BMW M3 is much better stock.
Wow.
Than modded. I've never driven a modified one that was actually improved.
Right.
But I've driven a bunch of modified ones
that were worse.
They were demonstrably
altered.
Worse. Yeah. Bad stock, BMW 2002. Yeah.
Too slow. M4, too stiff.
Yeah.
M4 needs
but the nice thing
springs.
about the stock 2002, it was safe because you know, barreling down a 2-lane road late at night.
Sure. Better with modification, Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anything old.
Ask
Anything
Jason
old.
Torchinsky.
Yeah, right. I drove Myers Manx that I kind of enjoyed.
Oh,
which was great, but regular Beetles are fucking terrible.
Better stock, I don't know, Ferraris, things like that. You probably don't need to change much. It'd be easy to get it wrong.
Lamborghini.
You start bolting on like too tight a suspension or something like Lamborghini. Yeah, they probably got it right.
Yeah, you would think.
Let's see. Rusty wants to clarify. What does that mean? Choice from the earlier. Oh, one choice from the front rears and one choice from the mid rears. Oh, boy. Go back up to this guy's fucking thing. That one. A choice from the front rear, Camaro SS, 1 LE, or F-Type R.
For daily? Probably F-Type.
F-Type. 981 Cayman GT4 Carrera T or Evora 400. For daily, Carrera T. There you go. Or Evora. I mean, whatever. Who cares?
I haven't driven a GT4.
Drive them. These are
it's nice
thing
being
about these,
responsive.
The thing about these
go
is,
drive them all and figure it out yourself.
Well,
right?
I want to help, but
it's personal.
These offer such different experiences.
Yeah.
And when you feel them, they're so much different.
Then
and
you know.
And if you like one, you kind of go, well, how could you not decide? Because they're so different.
Right.
Just the fact that the engine's in the back of one doesn't mean it feels like the other one.
Right.
Like the Lotus and the Carrera T, and these are all very different cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just, it's hard to, I don't know.
There's no right answer.
There's no right answer. Yeah, there's no right answer.
That's the thing about cars. They're personal.
Yeah. Where's Ed China? He wants to know.
What?
Username.
Oh yeah, Ed China was the was the mechanic on Wheeler Dealers for the first 13 seasons before I showed up, and he was making some YouTube videos. I don't know. He's in England.
How many seasons have they done now?
I think they're on either 15 or 16.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
It was in England only for a long time, and then it was on Discovery Channel internationally, and then it was on Velocity here. Wow. And now it's part of the Motor Trend.
It's been around.
They renamed Velocity Motor Trend.
Yeah.
It's been around a while. And Mike still loves every single minute of it. Like, he lives, eats, and breathes that show.
That's cool.
That's good.
He's a supercar expert, and he's an amazing driver. He really is.
That's awesome. Fun job.
I'm gonna just bang these out real quick. Christian says, best part about living in Venice, I can walk to 50 restaurants. Murray says, 92 Civic tire recommendation, 9010 street track. BF Goodrich Sport Comp 2s are going to be cheap. I mean, 92 Civic, you're talking about little wheels. You're going to be very limited by what is available in your size, which is probably like a 15 or maybe a 16. So I would call Tire Rack with that and just be like, what do you got in my size?
Yeah.
And it's going to be
Any
extremely
name
limited.
brand tire is going to work.
It's going to be very limited what you can buy. Lastly, Night Raven says, what should I look for a watch that's durable like a Rolex but isn't bulky like a G-Shock for $200? He's asking for something that doesn't exist.
Seiko.
A Seiko is almost there.
Seiko,
almost.
Though I only wear a watch sometimes. I have a Seiko solar watch, a dive watch.
Yeah.
It was under $200, and it's awesome.
There you go.
I love that watch.
There you go. I think if you don't care about the movement, you can get a quartz or solar watch for a Seiko or a Citizen Eco Drive for that kind of money. If you want a mechanical watch, you probably have to spend like $100 more. Get a Seiko Turtle. It's not durable like a Rolex, but it's a 20th of the price of a Rolex. Rolexes are made really, really well. You can treat them really badly. You can. And I have. I intentionally treated a Rolex as badly as I could for 2 years.
Kept on
and
ticking?
No, I sold it at a profit. I did. I sold it for $3,000 more than I paid for it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You got to buy the right Rolex. But Seiko Turtle on a Super Jubilee, I would recommend for $300 if you want a mechanical watch. There it is. Get the picture of the watch. Boom! That's Carl's favorite watch.
That's
right
beautiful.
There.
But
and I have one in gold.
Here's my problem with watches where you have to replace a battery. I had a not ridiculously expensive, but it was a Swiss dive watch. Well, I replaced the battery, and the guy goes, "Yeah, it's another $200 to get it pressurized, so it's waterproof at 100 feet."
Well, that's why you would buy this. So there's no battery in that. Yeah, that's a movement.
There's no battery in my solar watch either.
Too. There you go.
That's why I bought.
I buy mechanical watches, so I assume that's what people are asking.
I call them automatic. They're not called automatic.
Well, they can be. Yes, a mechanical watch can be automatic or not.
Well, you can
hand wind it also. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Right.
That's it. You want to plug anything else? Consumer 101 before we go? Is that
Saturday mornings, NBC, check your local listings. Usually in LA, it's 9 a.m.
All right. 12 Eastern? 9/12 Eastern or 9/9 Eastern?
No, every station is different.
Oh, right. Sorry.
And my McLaren review once around the block on YouTube.
All right.
So.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for
Fun
joining
to be
us.
here.
Yeah, it's a good show. Thanks for joining us live, folks. We appreciate you as well. Consumer 101 on NBC.
Yeah, NBC. Yeah.
And we are done for the week, but we'll see you next Monday back in studio. Have a good weekend, everybody. The Smoking Tire Podcast is powered by Shout Engine. Get your own damn podcast at shoutengine.com. It's easy. All you need is a microphone, a connection to the internet, and ideally, something to say. Good night, everybody.